It's a new era for engineering. We can build our way out of anything. In Chicago, there's no room to grow, but an underground city could house thousands. This is mega engineering.
Welcome. Please enter your floor. Minus 78. Going down. This is a Chicago Underground City Express elevator with direct connections to all residences, shops, and offices below level 50.
With only artificial light, the internal clocks of underground citizens would go haywire.
The circadian system is a clock that runs all the time anyway. And if you don't have a resetting of that clock, a synchronization of the sunrise, sunset, you can go into this architectural jet lag, as we call it.
To maintain this synchronization, engineers will have to design lighting systems that mimic the patterns on the surface. But even these artificial means don't go far enough. Massive skylights will illuminate the structure's uppermost levels, but deeper down there would be no way for sunlight to reach people. This simple fact would make opting for a life above ground, in spite of Chicago's cold, worth it to many. Engineers will have to design lighting systems that mimic the patterns on the surface. But even these artificial means don't go far enough. The first part of the underground city was built without anyone living there. The challenges that once only affected crews could now have an impact on thousands of permanent underground residents.
You'll never be able to see the complete picture underground as you will above ground. So the unknowns are basically higher, and you have to deal with that during construction.
Most important issue to address would be the possibility of any types of historic gas deposits that are located there.
If crews accidentally stumbled upon a hidden gas line, the consequences could be disastrous. Evacuation plans would share much in common with those in place for skyscrapers.
One can only think about the situation for tall buildings now. How many elevators would be necessary? How many stairwell cores would be necessary? Those same discussions would have to be held for the underground facility as well.
But thousands of feet below ground, those considerations would be flipped upside down. With elevators inoperable, stairs would be the only means of egress. Those at the bottom levels would have to climb the equivalent of a 100-story building to escape. Not an option for the very young, elderly, or handicapped. Emergencies would require fast thinking and fast acting on the part of city officials, who would seal off trouble spots, protecting the rest of the city by flushing out dangerous gases. The technological challenges of building underground can be overcome.
It will cost more or will cost less. But from a technical point of view, there's not much left today that we cannot do.
The psychological challenges are another story.
The question is, how much time would people spend on the ground? Where's the limit where people would say, no, I don't want to do that?
But with cities bursting at the seams, struggling to keep up with a population boom, those concerns may be overridden by practical necessity. It will take some time for Chicagoans to accept the necessity of living underground.
10, 15 generations from now, if people have been exposed to nothing else but living underground, they will accept that.
I think that, to be quite honest, humans are a very robust species, and they do get used to things that you don't believe they get used to. So I think humans would get used to living underground. and I would get used to living underground too.
One day, people around the world will do more than just shop or drive underground. One day, we just may live there.